Recently, Brian Shaw uploaded a couple of arm wrestling videos. The first one was on his Instagram page where he was working on his speed and explosiveness with a side pressure movement on this exercise. I think that these low effort short videos are really cool. I know that Brian is kind of a content creator, but still we cannot expect him to be bothered with showing us all of his training videos. That will take a lot of effort. So these small, easy to do videos every now and then, I think they do serve their purpose and the fans really enjoy watching them. And the second video was on his YouTube channel where he was following what he learned from Levan Saginashvili. That is to have an arm workout before practice so that the weaker guys can give him a good fight and he has to rely on his technique more than his raw power. And that was seen during the practice pulls because Brian was getting pinned. Even way before the Eddie Hall match, the guys that practice with Brian were saying that they already cannot defeat him on the table. He's already too strong for them. And now seeing Brian Shaw getting pinned by them even after a few months of extra training, it clearly shows that the arm workout must have been good. And I would say that he was working on a different technique this time. So that could also have been one of the reasons. In this video, Brian was learning a defensive top roll for most of the time. A defensive top roll in the straps for a beginner who has a natural inclination towards inside arm wrestling is a very difficult thing to do. And if we look at it carefully, this also looks very similar to the position in which Brian was in the round which he lost to Eddie Hall. So he's working on another weakness here. And you can see that once Brian was losing with that open top roll, he immediately switched to a hook and got the job done. So it's not like that he couldn't have pinned those guys easily if he wanted to. And it's good to see that right from the beginning, Brian doesn't want to leave anything behind. He doesn't want to leave any part of his arm wrestling game behind. And the super heavyweight rankings anyway proves that top roll is a superior move and Brian is training exactly that. I still wouldn't shy away from saying that as of now, both Brian's technique and his strength on the table are not meeting the expectations of the fans and also the expectations that I personally had from Brian Shaw. But some guys develop strength and technique on the table pretty fast, some guys develop it a little bit later. But right now we cannot really say for sure how far Brian Shaw will be able to get in the sport of arm wrestling. Engin Terzi has announced few more interesting matches for his upcoming East vs West event in USA on March 29th. Kidargali Ongarbayev vs Matt Mask. People have been asking for this match for 2 or 3 years now. I think it's going to be an amazing match. Earlier, I would have said for sure that Ongarbayev is the favorite against Matt. But when Ongarbayev is coming back from a surgery and this is his first match, I'm not sure about that anymore. Maybe Matt is the favorite now. Matt has the size advantage over him. He's taller, he's bigger. Even though the weight cap will be same for both, still Matt will be the heavier guy on the match day. All of these things are going to support him for sure. And then the other important match is between Jocelyn and Sarah Bachman. So just think about how many women in this world can for sure defeat Sarah Bachman. You would say Barbora, Gabriela Vasconcelos and Egle Vaitkute. Then that's about it. So in many people's eyes, Sarah is like the 4th strongest female arm wrestler in the world, despite weighing at most 80 kilos. So how does this match make sense? Well, if you have watched one of the videos where we discussed the results of that ladies only event, Sarah Bachman did lose to Jocelyn twice in that tournament. Jocelyn put Sarah in a hook and she beat her without much trouble both of the times. Let's see if Sarah can do something different in the super match format. And then at Siberian Power Show on 20th of April, we have Schoolboy versus Sergey Tokarev. Schoolboy did struggle for a few seconds against Ryan Bowen's King's move and then he was able to climb over it and finish it without much trouble towards the end. Sergey Tokarev's King's move is going to be stronger than Ryan Bowen's King's move. Let's see how Schoolboy handles that. That's it for this video. Please hit the thumbs up and I'll see you again.